Hi guys, welcome to the Reach tutorial. Today is really just an overview of the content management. We're really just going to kind of touch on each tab, letting you know kind of what each one does, some of the functionalities within it. Right away, when you guys always sign in, you're going to be brought to the dashboard. The dashboard is really designed to let you know if the players are online or offline. When the players are online, you can actually refresh the content, you can reboot the player, and you can take a screenshot here. One thing also is that you can refresh all the players that are online at once. So you kind of wouldn't have to go one by one to do that. On top of it, we also allow you guys to create folders. So if you had multiple locations, you want to just help stay organized, you could create a folder for each department or each location, each region, whatever works for you. We also provide two views. So this list view that you're seeing is a default view. If you're not a fan of it, we also have a tile view as well. The right side here is just kind of some basic information. We have the network health, of course, so based on if your players are online or offline, it'll kind of tell you a percentage here. The middle part, reach announcements. That's really our way to communicate to you guys. Any new releases we do, maybe we're having like a server error, whatever it might be, it's really our way to communicate. Now we do send out email blasts. We do I guess we tweet, as crazy as that sounds, but we do try to make sure we're communicating to our clients, but we also want to make sure that anyone who logs in, this is the information right there. Third tab down is the notification tab. So it's really within your system. So what I mean by that is, let's say I'm uploading a couple videos and maybe they're large files, or I just threw in like 10 of them and I have to jump into a meeting. When I came back and I logged into the system, right here it would tell me when those videos were uploaded. So that way I wouldn't have to like, oh, did I upload it? Did I not? Yes. As soon as you sign in, you'd get that notification letting you know it did. Second tab down, you guys, is the layout editor. Now, the layout editor is really the back end. This is how we create all these templates. Just to kind of give you a rundown how it works is when a new client signs on, we bring them to a template page on our website. We really try to figure out, what do they want? What kind of widgets? What are they looking to display? Once we figure out that information, we then go to Photoshop. Now, I should mention that you do not need Photoshop to create these backgrounds. The reason we use Photoshop is because it allows us to have, creative freedom. We really try to give each one of our clients a unique look. So we then start in Photoshop, we bring that background in. Now, there's really 3 steps kind of with the layout. The first step is you create a zone. Once you create a zone, you add a widget. Once you add the widget, you style it. We really do deep dive trainings on the layout editor, so if it's something you want to do, I know there are tutorials on it. Otherwise, just give us a call and we'll set up a training for you. Now, third tab down is the player tab. Again, you can actually refresh the content here, or you can take a screenshot as well. So there's 2 spots to do that. You can do it in the dashboard, or you can do it in the player tab. The player tab is really just designed to give you basic information. Where is it located? What is the player? What is the time zone? What is the resolution? I would say the big thing here is the stream schedule. Now, a stream schedule allows you guys to have different templates run throughout the different week or throughout, the day. A good example of that would be like a menu board. I have a breakfast menu, I have a lunch menu, and I have a dinner menu. We would be able to kind of schedule that out and have it switch during that time. So it's a little bit user-friendly on your end. You wouldn't have to kind of come in here manually and do that. You could set it up for the week and just kind of, walk away basically. Fourth tab down, you guys, is the announcement tab. Another terminology that I've, personally have been starting to use is a playlist. Just so we're on the same page, of kind of like what I'm talking about, I'm going to pull up a layout real quick. So the announcement tab I'm talking about is right here, the Happy Holidays. This is where you guys are going to upload your videos, Word docs, PowerPoints, JPEGs. We actually even have a system that allows you guys to create this on the fly. So if you don't have a designer, that's totally fine. Our back system does provide high quality photos. We give you text fields. You can color shapes. It really, we really try to give you the best tools possible to create good looking stuff. Of course, you can add videos as well, so you can do YouTube links, or if you guys have videos on your, on your desktop, you can drag them in. Again, I kind of said this already, but another important thing is you can import PowerPoint, Word doc, Excel files. The nice thing about this kind of announcement, or again, the playlist, is you can schedule things out. So you could come in here on a Monday morning and crank out, a month's worth. You can set end times, when do you want it to run, how long. So it really does give that workflow or that overall, easy process for you guys. Now the next tab down is the schedule tab. There's two ways we can do a schedule. A schedule would be, or one way I should say, is an integration. Maybe you guys have a Google Calendar, or maybe you have EMS, Outlook. Some people, they have, like on their website, they have a calendar and they ask if we can do that. Definitely, that is something that we will always look into. We can pull that in. I completely understand, if you have something, why enter that information twice? Like, let's try to make it easy for you where you can just upload it once and then it hits all those screens. Another way that we can do the schedule is you manually kind of coming in here and filling that information out, which is completely fine. And we do have multiple templates for you guys to kind of pick and choose from. Even styling it and how you want it to look, we can help you out with that. Now I'm going to skip over the social media tab and touch on the calendar tab, because the calendar tab is actually replacing the schedule. Just so you kind of understand, this is in beta right now. And so how this works is really kind of a completely different look. It is kind of like Google Calendar. If you guys are familiar with that, you click on a square, you set it out something if you want it to repeat, or if you want it to run, every first of the month. I'm just kind of clicking around here so you guys can kind of see here. But this is where our calendar is going. So our calendar, again, is replacing the schedule. There is a tutorial on this if you want to learn a little bit more. Again, this is in beta testing though. So just kind of touch on social media here. You guys can have multiple, accounts linked up. As you can see here, I have multiple Instagrams and Twitter. You can have Facebook, of course, as well, and then we do Workplace and Slack. One thing to just kind of keep in mind, you guys, is that we do have what we call an Instagram curation. And so what that is that you guys can create whatever hashtag you want. If I come into your guys' facility department and I take a picture of myself, I write some text and use that hashtag, it then sends you and your team an email or a text. Now you can get both of them or you can get one or the other. It allows you guys to approve it, which you probably would want to do. And then if you approve it and you accept it and hit OK, it then goes live on the screen. So it really does bring that interaction, with your students or with your clients, your staff, to kind of interact with your digital signage. Now, Datalist, this is not a very, popular one, but it is something good to kind of note, what it is. Datalist is basically, I would say, more used for menu boards. It's kind of like an Excel file. You set columns up and you set rows up. So that's kind of why it's used mainly for menu boards, because you have your items and then you have your price. I have started to see Datalist used more for corporate though too. Maybe it's a transit place and they have like the bus, they have the department time, they have where it's picking up, where it's going. Those are kind of all like columns, right? We definitely have done some corporate stuff. We've done restaurants. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not available. But just understanding, what it is, and if it's something you guys want to use, if you want more information on it, just let us know. Next tab down is the user tab. So again, you guys have permission to create your own users. One thing I would just kind of recommend is when you guys do that, is really try to create a credential or a user for each single person. We really tried to avoid, creating one generic user and having 10 people use it. The reason for it is if you do it that route and someone, unfortunately maybe gets let go, they have permission to kind of come in here and do whatever they want. If you give individual username and passwords, if that person ever were to get let go, you could just delete that account and kind of be done with it. Now we can also do SSO, so keep that in mind if that's something you would like to do. But really what we do is I'd like to think of the users as two levels or two phases. The first phase is when you create a user, you really just establish what can they see on the left side. If it's a generic user, maybe you don't want to give them player access. Maybe you don't want them touching the layout and getting, deleting zones and stuff like that. So you can take that away. Phase 2 then would be able Phase 2 would actually be more like in depth. For the announcement tab, an example here, you can see this little, settings, security property icon. But another level, let's say in theory here, is every time I create an announcement, my manager wants to get an email. I need to get an approval. We could then bring it to another level and kind of set those settings here. Now we do have security levels for the layout editor, the player, announcements, and then of course the data list. So there is a couple tutorials on that. Again, if you guys have more questions, feel free to call or email us. Tab down below that is the support tab. Really the support tab is just designed to really communicate to us. So if anyone is ever having issues, if they have questions about stuff, we really try to force them to use the ticket. Of course, you can always go to your salesperson or your account manager, or if someone's working with you. The reason why we do try to encourage or push all of our clients to the support tab is just because what if that person's out? We don't want you to have to wait until that person gets back to, get an issue resolved. We want anyone and everyone to help you, as soon as possible. As soon as you put a ticket in, the support staff, or the IT specialist, I should say, they respond to you within 2 to 4 hours. Nice thing is too, if it's something that does take, maybe longer than a couple hours, or maybe it takes a day, you can always search that existing ticket. So you can always see the notes and what they're doing to, resolve that issue. Of course, we have tutorial videos as well. So if I click on here, it's basically everything that I've kind of walked through. It's going to be obviously a little bit more in detail since I'm kind of walking through it quickly. But we do have new features. So again, when new things come out, we right away do a tutorial on it. Developers queue. So this is stuff that's coming down like the pipeline. You get a little sneak peek of, what are we doing? What's going on? And then again, each one of these tabs really does have an in-depth, training on them. Then manuals, frequently asked questions. I think that all makes sense. And then the last tab here is really just a preview tab. So, I think you kind of saw me click on this, but it really just shows you, what does everything look like once the widgets are all done with all the, your announcements filled, your playlist, the weather, schedule. So it does allow you to kind of give you that live preview. So that's kind of it for the quick overview. If you guys have any additional questions, feel free to call or email us. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.